You tuning it or what?
No, I just never played this guitar with the fret on. Capo thing on. Sounds weird.
Maybe it's not meant for that guitar, huh?
That smile. I've been working on a song, but like, I can't do it with my pinky locking up. Like it locks up, so I can't play it because I've been working on something that sounds like this.
I was just thinking about how I'm like the luckiest mom in the world. Maybe
And then my pinky locks up, so then I want to go back to the transition I started from.
It's a pretty sunset today.
I also had to grab a jacket too.
I know, it's starting to get winter. We can't do our videos on our drive down there because it's getting dark already. So maybe we should talk first while we're still in light. And then you can play guitar in the dark. That would be, well, I mean, we could talk in the dark too. It don't bother me either way, really. So, you wanted to tell me about like all this stuff that was happening.
This is the harmonica that you found.
What's that? It sounds like somebody got hit.
I don't know, but there's a lot of fucking dirt in the road. Like someone dumped rocks. Let's see it all. It looks like dirt. Oh, this guy's got a turn, but everyone's in the way.
Oh, good luck. Oh yeah, and so show your pipes, and then you were gonna tell me like about all this stuff that's happening, and then I told you just wait and tell me.
Okay, so I made this one a couple days ago. Yes, it looks pretty cool.
Very good job. Did you glue it? Or
Yeah, I glued it right here because no heat goes right here.
Oh.
All the heat is from the inside of the pipe, and I made it pretty thick down below, so no heat will go through, even if so.
That's pretty.
So I made
That's
it
very
farther
pretty.
than the hole should be.
Oh.
How'd
you make it? With what tools?
What tools?
Yeah.
Mainly the drill press,
Mm-hmm.
which was a pain. And then I took advantage of the drill press because it got stuck when I was drilling it, when I was making the bowl. And when it gets stuck, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the moment. And I started sanding around it and started curving the bowl.
Oh.
I was taking advantage, like a lathe.
Yeah.
I was taking advantage of the moment. I was like, oh, you know what? If it gets stuck, then I'm going to use it. And then I did the same thing with this one. This one got stuck drilling. But then I sanded it. I try to sand all the scratches out. I got most of them, but not the ones. But it looks cooler like that. And then I spray, or no, I stained it.
Oh.
I stained the outside, not the inside, because you don't want to be smoking that.
Right.
It's more like a for show pipe.
Well, it's really nice. You did it.
It's a good example to show what I could make from a lathe.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good concept I could be making. And then I sprayed I put a rag in the middle so it won't get like the clear coat on it, so I won't be smoking it.
Right.
So I sprayed a clear coat on it and made it shiny.
Oh yeah.
And waterproof.
On the outside.
Yeah, on the outside. So. Yep.
It's nice. It's really nice. You did a good job on it.
That's one of them.
Proud of you.
This is the other one. This is the cool one. It looks cool on camera.
It's very cool. It's got a nice shape to it.
I wanted to make a curve to it. And there, see? Looks like an actual marijuana pipe.
Did a good job.
It was a test sample, seeing if it would work. I also put a carb on it.
Oh, okay.
I put it on the opposite side because most people like to smoke weed out of the right side, and I'm more of a guy that lights a lighter on the right side.
Oh.
It's my dominant hand. I use my dominant hand and I hold the pipe this way, and I like to have control this way. So the thumb's kind of hard to move because you would have to have 2 hands to work the thumb.
Yeah.
But this one, you could just go.
You're supposed to have a carburetor, aren't you, on all your pipes or what?
No.
Oh no.
Well, you could have one on your.
What's it for?
More airflow. You breathe it in. It's a bigger hit. So, because what you do is you carb it out. It's more oxygen flow.
Yeah.
You burn it, and then you release it, and then so I can see it. But when I was making this one, weird shit started happening.
Oh.
In the shed.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, talk about it because I cut you off earlier today. I said let's make a video.
Anyway, when I was halfway through making this was just a block technically.
A wood block.
A wood block.
Oh, okay.
My Bluetooth device that I was listening to music to, it started disconnecting, then connecting, then disconnecting. So I thought someone was messing with me. I thought Dad or someone was messing with me.
Yeah.
Because I figured someone's messing with me, trolling me. And it kept turning on and off, and I'm playing like one of my favorite songs, and it comes on and off. And I'm like, who the hell's fucking with me?
Interesting.
So I look outside, no one there. And then when I'm finally like working back onto this, back to focus and my deep thought, because when I'm focused on making something, I determine the mind, the sets,
right.
and I stay and focus on making one thing.
Yeah, like you're in your Zen mind.
Yeah, I'm in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I was making this, my Bluetooth, my phone started acting up, being weird, and I looked and I was halfway through the project. I saw something on the corner of my eye, and I looked, and I saw someone standing there. I thought it was my dad. I was like, and then I yelled out, "Oh shit!" Because it scared the shit out of me. Because like people always, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a deep thought, and I see someone standing next to me, standing there just
right.
watching me.
Yeah.
And
okay,
it was so real.
So you're like he's talking about he's in the shed. He got a shed like one of those outdoor
sheds.
And it's outside in the backyard, away from the house. And the backyard's fenced all the way around, so nobody could ever really get in the backyard. So you're just out there during the day, right? Or was it at night?
It was sunset, so it's technically still day.
Oh, okay. So sun was still up, and
yeah, it was a lot more higher up than this right now.
Okay, so you were out.
It was still sunlight,
and
I thought someone was standing there, and I look over, there he is, boom, and then I blinked, it was gone, and I'm like, nah. So I look around the shed, I'm like, no one's there. I'll go inside. Mom, Dad is gone. They went to Subway. I come back out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I just ignored it. Then last night, someone whispered in my ear. I woke up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. because I went to bed early. And I swear someone whispered in my ear and said, "Jared," and it was loud enough that I woke up.
Yeah.
And that was weird. Seeing dead people whispering my name, that's so weird.
And so I know. And then yesterday you told me you wanted to know if I like put a curse on your room or something, and I had to tell you I don't do that sort of stuff. I mean, I help people break curses and get rid of unwanted intrusions. I don't cause them. But because you were talking about how it sounded like an animal or something running around in your room at night making noise all over your floor or something.
Yeah, I could hear things moving around in my room at night. I mean,
that was the night before last night.
Yeah, that was the same night that I saw something. Or no, the night before.
The night before.
Yeah, I heard something moving around in my room, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like my dog trying to chew up food and stuff, like he's doing something he's not supposed to, but he was right next to me.
Yeah.
That's the sketchy part.
Right. So, like I told you earlier, maybe somebody's trying to contact you for something. What do you think? Did these things scare you?
No, I mean, they startled me. The one in the shed did, because I'm working. Like half the people, all my friends that come over, if they see me in the shed and they don't say nothing, I get startled when I see them.
Right.
This thing was so realistic. I thought it was there. That's what. If my neighbors saw me through the window, it would have been funny because I was looking at nothing to them probably.
Right.
And I went, oh shit, and I got scared because I was looking at something, but it wasn't there.
Yeah, you got scared, startled. But I mean, other than And that, does it make you nervous, or do you feel scared about it?
No, I'm not bothered.
Oh, okay, well, good.
That's what my therapist said. I told my therapist, if it starts harassing me, if the spirits are harassing me, then I'll cleanse my room. It's to a point. Like, there's a line they have to cross.
Right. Yeah.
If stuff starts getting thrown in my room, then I'll cleanse my room, because I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable. So how do you think, I mean, why do you think they're attracted to you, or how do you think they come in? Because you go through periods where everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, like, there's an intense, experiences. What do you think that is that fluctuates that?
Fluctuates what again?
Because you go through periods of time where it doesn't happen at all, and then all of a sudden all this stuff will start happening. So what do you think it is that changes, where it goes away and then comes back?
My energy grid.
Meaning your crystals?
Yeah.
Your crystal grid?
It changes, the frequencies change.
Of the energy
Summer's
grid?
coming up.
Oh.
And it's a lot darker, so it's affecting my crystals.
Winter.
Yeah. It's the first time with this energy grid. I'm still testing it out.
Uh-huh.
I adjusted it where it's just right. Like, it's perfect for me.
So because winter is coming, you're saying that it's different energy? Is it open a portal, or what?
There's definitely 2 portals in my room now. There's one in my closet, one outside the closet.
Well,
and I know there's a portal there because Duke every night wakes up in the middle of the night and stares at the wall.
I just think Duke's just Duke,
Sometimes, one time he barked at the wall and growled at it.
No.
So I know something's over there.
Well, something's in the house, because when I was telling you when I was doing shamanic work the other day, the sun was already up, so I had my headband headphones, and when the sun's already up, I use them to cover my eyes. And Dad had already left in the morning, and I was laying in bed with the headphones covering my eyes, and I felt the whole bed go down like an imprint, like somebody sat on it. And I thought it was Dad, and I was irritated because Dad knows not to bother me when he sees me with the headphones over my eyes when I'm working. So I ripped them off really quick, and I was ready to be why are you bothering me? But I ripped them off and nobody was there. So I was just oh, hello, hi, thanks for visiting, and put them back on and went back to work. But definitely there's some presence is in the house trying to get our attention. So I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe we should lean into that a little bit more and try to figure it out. What do you think? Hello? Earth to Jared.
What? No. I've been spacing out a lot.
Yeah.
It's just how dark it is. It bothers me. I just realized that sounds like a Oogie Boogie or whatever it's called. You know what I'm talking about? The Boogie Woogie. And then that one part comes in and it goes dun 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 dun.
Well, you've been doing pretty good. You haven't had a seizure since July, so you're kind of getting back on track. It's almost December. That's awesome, actually. But you seem a little dissociated today. That's why I keep asking you if you're okay. I can tell when I look in your eyes.
What?
That's why I keep asking you if you're okay, if something's bothering you. I can tell by your eyes.
I've been really spaced out for the past 2 days. I don't really know why. It's just I've been just spaced out. I'll look at the nothing, and sometimes I don't even think nothing. Sometimes my mind's just empty. It's weird too, and I think about it too, and I'm how am I thinking of something that I'm not even thinking of anything, and I'm just thinking of those words. 4 days ago, I was literally talking to myself. Literally, I was man, what the fuck am I talking to myself to? And I'm what the hell's going on? And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm talking to two people right now in my mind, and I'm saying it out loud. I'm like, wait, I'm still talking to myself. I don't even know why I'm talking to myself. Why are you keep talking to me? I'm like, I don't know why I keep talking to you. Weird, right? It was like a split personality for a second.
You've never had.
It was a moment.
Have you never had experience of talking to yourself?
Not out loud like that.
Okay, so there's a first. That's not a bad thing, I don't think. Do you? Do you think that's a bad thing or weird? Okay, so you start a job tomorrow. Are you excited?
Yeah.
It's been a long time. You've been waiting a long time.
I watched that a long time ago. You just never.
No,
watched
I know.
I watched it like 6 months ago.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah, it's old. It's really old.
I watched that and some other ones. It was really interesting.
But it is interesting. What do you think? Do you think he really lived in Mars and all that?
Probably.
They claim he's an indigo. What do you think? Do you believe in that indigo stuff?
Of course I do. I'm an indigo.
Oh, okay. So you believe in that? You think that that's a real distinction between different things?
I mean, I don't think I'm an indigo, but I don't think I'm an indigo color.
No, but how you self-label yourself. You've kind of told stories like that before, where you've like drawn pictures of this spaceship and how the energy worked to make it go and all of that. You've done that before. So, have some sort of... Oh yeah, that's what we were going to talk about. Like our past lives. We were talking about that earlier today in the car, and I was like, oh, let's wait and talk about this and make a video about it. Because you said something about... I don't know, you said something about your past life or something, I don't know. And then I said, oh, I had a past life where I was a priestess or something.
And I said, oh, I had a past life, I was a prince, and every time I tried to go get myself, I tried to get married, they kept dying.
Your wives
so
or whatever?
Fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like trying to get married, and every time I
said,
try to get married, the wife dies from some unknown cause.
And
I'm like, that's some fucked up shit. I want to get married, and then I'm like, dead, and I had hundreds of them, and they all died. It's like a curse.
I've had a lot of lives like that too. That's, yeah. You think it's a curse? Yeah?
Yeah.
Weird. Maybe we will work on clearing that. What do you think?
What?
Maybe we can work on clearing that curse. Oh, because I was saying I had a past life where I think I was in Egypt. I think I was a priestess in Egypt. And then you were like, I was in Egypt and I was a prince. And then I said, oh, maybe we were married. And then you were like,
No, my wife died.
Yeah, you were like, no, my wife died.
Even if you became a wife in some weird way, you would die. In the most tragic way, you could probably die.
Oh.
Last one died from a spider.
A spider?
Venomous spider.
Wow.
Ate her from the inside out like a fucking monster inside her. It was so nasty. What a sick dream.
I've had a lot of lives like that too, where I've lost family members, lost a lot of people that I loved. You know, but such is the way of life. Everybody loses people they love in every life. But then we talked about something else with past lives. I don't remember what it was. And you said something else about it. Another life or something. I can't remember what it said. Alright, well you don't seem too interested in talking, so
Sometimes you just want to play music.
Alright. Well, we're going to let Jared play some music. I'm going to enjoy it. So, alright. Bye, you guys. We love you. Thanks for watching.
6 solid minutes of guitar playing.
Wow. Well, I know, but you were playing 5 minutes before that even, so...
I could keep playing, but my arm's getting tired.
I bet it is.
If my arm doesn't get tired, then I would just keep playing forever.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. You're so talented. So talented. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You're so talented. Oh, my God.
Probably a little still bummed out that I lost my ring.
Oh.
So, you know.
Yeah.
It really bums me out.
We'll find it. We'll find it.
If you find it.
All right. See you in a little while. Hey, I just wanted to say real quick, you know, Jared and I made that video last night in the car on the way to his, you know, usual gig that he has going on every week. And I had noticed, as I think I said in the video, that he had been real dissociative for 2 or 3 days. His eyes, you know, just tell me, and I know him well enough now to know when that's going on. So the peculiar thing is, you know, we did talk, you know, briefly about the things that were going on in his room, the paranormal activity, and I just wanted to take a minute to say that I didn't really confront him about it too much because he was in that weird space, and I knew that he was about to go into his group, and also that he was starting a new job today, so I didn't really want to be too confrontive or push it too much. But I wanted to share that this is pretty much a pattern now, where he starts experiencing this paranormal activity, you know, which is some real things. You know, I hear it and experience it and feel it too in the house. Many times he's asked me to, you know, come in and clear his room. And what I found when I go in there is I have a pretty good radar for that kind of stuff, and I'm just, the energies that I'm feeling there is pretty much him. I'm feeling him. So you know, the last time I went in there, he was kind of pointing out to me over here, and there's a portal over here, and I felt into the space, and I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get that there was something there that didn't belong or any kind of intrusion. I just, everywhere I went, I felt him. I felt Jared. So I'm pretty certain, I would say with 95% certainty, that he's dissociating, and he's actually like out of his body. He's leaving his body, and he's quite powerful. He has a lot of telekinesis ability. So I think what he's doing is the noises that he's hearing and the you know, the visuals that he's seeing, all of that is really, it's him. He's doing that. He's projecting that. And he's doing that because he's outside of his body. I have confronted him about that and told him that before. When I went into his room and did the clearing a few times, I've told him, I feel you. This is the energy I feel, and it's you. It's because you're not in your body. I've talked to him about grounding. This morning, you know, he started his new job, and I got up before him, you know, real early in the morning, and as I was taking my shower, I did a little bit of shamanic work to, you know, sort of pull him back into his body and anchor him there. Kind of put up protections around him. I have to do that a lot because when he gets in this state where he's real dissociative like that, he's very seizure-y. I mean, he just can go into a seizure that fast. And I really didn't want, you know, that to happen to him on his first day. Yeah. So I just want to share that you know, I think it's important to be honest and to really talk about, you know, what the real deal is. And, you know, so Jared, if you're hearing me, if you're watching this by any chance and you're hearing me, I'm just going to tell you again that all that activity in your room and whatnot it's you, buddy. It's you. And once again, you know, he doesn't like to be in his body. It makes my my shamanic work very, very difficult, actually. Not because he's resistant per se, you know, in the spiritual realm, but, you know, in his normal, you know, ego self, he's 22 and he doesn't really want mom's help. And he has a lot of, you know, issues with the lower chakras. And so, you know, trying to get him to be in his body and anchor in is difficult as it is. And if I directly, you know, approach him about doing that work, he's resistant. He'll tell me no. So it does make it difficult and a little bit dicey, you know, in terms of, you know, like the ethics of it. But, you know, ordinarily somebody in his situation, I wouldn't do work on them at all. But he's my son, and I live with him. So the thing about it is that it directly affects me, 100% affects me. And, you know, I got my own issues. And so I don't want to have to deal, you know, with that. And I don't want to have to see him go through it. So I do the work when I can. And I just keep waiting for the day when he is open to allowing me to work with him face to face, consciously, where I'm teaching him, you know, how to ground himself in his body and stay in his body, and how to do psychic protection. But we're not actually there. We're not at that point yet. So I have to just do the work as if he was like a distant client, and I'm doing distant work on him. And it's not a secret. You know, I do tell him, yeah, I'm doing some shamanic work on you, but until he actually owns the fact that he's extremely powerful and he has telekinesis and the stuff that's happening, the noises and, you know, the things falling off shelves and things like that in his room, that these patterns that this goes in, you know, where it'll be an increased period of activity of that stuff going on, that's directly correlated with him being in that very dissociative state. And like I said, I can look in his eyes and I can see he's a million miles away. He's not there. So I can tell. And he's starting to sort of pick up on the little cues, like he was saying, you know, I felt really spacey. You know, I space out for long periods and my mind's blank and I don't even know where I am. And yeah, it's that dissociative state. So anyway, I just want to share that real quick, that's what that's about.